Be alone with yourself. Your revenge as a woman, the only revenge that's ever going to work in your favor. In your favor. Not a quick, oh, I fucked him over. Now he's crying, but, that was it. It has to work in your favor. That's only a little adrenaline rush for a second. Because right after you do that, he's going to dog your ass. I promise you, a man will always do you 10 times worse if you love him. If you love him, he's capable of manipulating you and doing you 10 times worse. Because when you love someone, you become weaker than you would be if you didn't have those strong feelings for them. Most of the time. So, a man is always going to do you 10 times worse. You could get that revenge. If your revenge is sleeping with somebody else, talking to somebody else, doing sexual stuff with somebody else, and they find out, they might be a little heartbroken if they love you, but it's only for a second. Like, literally, they're gonna cry, they're gonna act all sad, blah, 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 blah. In their head, they're thinking, even if they're still thinking, oh, it's okay, it don't matter, I did my wrongs too, they just saying it don't matter, they forgive you. Dead ass. If you get back together with that nigga, just know, even if he don't mean to, he's going to do you the worst way ever. And sometimes they don't even know what they're doing are dumb. They be thinking, I really love this girl, I don't know why I'm treating her like this. It's because you still are mad about the fact that I got my revenge. But that will never be true revenge as a woman, because one, that is not benefiting you. It's just not benefiting you. Even if it felt good, or you got your rocks off, or you was just happy that you got to fuck him over like he fucked you over. It's never going to be the same feeling for them as it is for us, because we feel things much more deeply and complex. So you're in that. It's just like you lose your self-respect for yourself you lose your self-respect as a woman if you're doing that, if that's your revenge. And I'm guilty of doing that shit too. That was my revenge at one point, but I had to learn that. And honestly, every time after, I respect myself so much, I genuinely regretted it. Because I'm like, it didn't even solve anything. Like, it didn't solve anything. It didn't benefit me in any way. Like, sometimes, half the time, it wasn't even good. I wasn't even in the moment, because I was just thinking it's revenge. It's like, I don't actually like these people. So it's just like, don't let your revenge ever be getting with another man or someone else, because it's never going to work out for you in the end. So you just lose your self-respect for yourself, because now you're sleeping with these other people, or doing this stuff with these other people, or talking to all of these people, and that's not even probably what you want to do. You're probably really low-key deep down want to just love. You just want to be loved and love. Like, that's probably not even what you want to do for real. And shit, if it is, by all means, go ahead. But now you're letting these people touch you because you're mad. How does that make sense? So what you need to do is, this is the only revenge that's ever going to work against a man or relationship. The only revenge that's ever going to work, is the hardest revenge, is leaving them alone. It's upgrading yourself. Even if you don't leave the relationship, upgrade yourself. Start loving yourself, pouring into yourself. Do more self-care. Do more spending time with yourself. Pour into relationship with friends and stuff like that. Go out more, enjoy yourself, start to have fun without them. So then you start to realize, whoa, I actually am having fun without them. I can live without them. And I don't have to live with them doing this bad treatment, because a lot of the times we just stay either because we want them to change, and we see their potential, and we just make their potential what we think they can be. Like, we just make it the 100% they're going to be this thing. And because we that's why we beg them to change and do this. We tell them, we instruct them to do this, then that. But you do that when you don't love yourself. But I think it's a lot of things that we all have gone through, unless you really have just learned early that you just can't, that's just not the way to go. But honestly, just feeling like the revenge has to be pouring into yourself, leveling up yourself, stacking your money so you can get out of there. Like, it just has to be being who you want to become without them. And you have to realize that life is not over when they are not the only, like, that's one of the things that was keeping me too, is because I was thinking life is literally, I don't know what life is without them because I haven't seen it. But just because I've had to learn something, just because we haven't seen something doesn't mean that it'll be bad. Shoot, that's why I can step into a dark room with no lights on that I've never been in before, because I know that everything works out for my good. And even if it's something that I don't like in that room, it's happening for a reason, and it will work out for my good. And as long as you believe that things are genuinely working out for you, things will work out for you. Just that doesn't mean things are perfect 24/7. La La Land is happening, this is paradise. But your revenge has to be bossing up, and that will make them sick. Never cheating with another man, or even being with another man if y'all not together, is going to make them as sick as you not needing them anymore. Because a lot of the times you needing them that's their control. They need to control you because they don't have control over themselves. They either are lost, they don't know themselves. So you genuinely have to level up by yourself. Like, you have to pour into yourself. Start going on dates by yourself. They're like, who you going out with? Nobody, just myself. Oh, really? Wow. She loves herself. She's pouring into herself. She didn't want to know, because 9 times out of 10 they expect you to be with somebody. They expect your revenge to go be with somebody else. They expect it. They probably thinking about it when they doing it. What they doing? Like I'm saying, they probably they expect your revenge to be being with somebody else. A lot of men have trust issues at that, and they know that they've done this, they've done that. So your next move is probably going to be with somebody else. That's why when they cheat or they do these wrong things to you, you leave the first time. Because leave while you can. Like, for real, leave while it's easy to leave. May not be easy, but it's going to be way easier than you are 4 years in, 5 years, 2 years. It don't matter. A year in, you leave at the first sign of disrespect. Or you change your motives at the first time of disrespect. Because once they show you who they are, you believe them. Don't think, they can change who they are, because I can change who I am for them, and I can change my actions, that I do for them, or I can go to therapy for them. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't want to do the work. They don't. If you met a really good man, there are good men out there, but most of them think the same. They don't want to do the work, and they don't want to do work to change, especially not for someone who's shown them that they can get away with treating them the way that they treat them, and they will still stay. A man is never going to change for you when you're begging him to change after you've already shown him that it is okay. Like, that it's okay to treat you that way. Or that, not that it's okay, but that you're going to stay, you're not going to do anything about it. They learn from consequences, not you begging them or talking to them about changing. So if you're doing that, you better be only doing it because you're playing the game to win. You don't have any relation. You don't have any feelings for this guy. You don't have any type of, you don't want to get in a relationship with this guy, because the relationship is never going to work out, 1. And 2, you better just be doing it to manipulate right back. You cannot have feelings for them. So never tell a guy, I'm cheating on you. Like, a lot of women do that thinking that it's going to be good for them, and it's going to be like a haha, like a, fuck you, haha, like I did this, I did that, like just like you was doing, or something, or because you did this to me. But never, you could tell a guy that, and he could be like, okay, bet, watch this. Like, seriously. And he's going to do you the worst way ever. I mean, he's thinking, like, I don't know. We have to give them more credit, because they are not so stupid. Like, they are, okay, they think deeply when they want to think deeply, but they are not so stupid as they don't know what they're doing. A man knows when he's treating you wrong. He knows. And that's probably why you'll meet a lot of these sorry ass men. These sorry men that will keep doing you wrong over and over again and apologizing for it, because they have no direction with themselves, 1, and they just don't care. You think a man who genuinely likes you is going to keep treating you that way? I'm sorry. Like, last time I checked, somebody who kept knocking a cup out of my hand and saying sorry, picking the cup up, and then knocking it back out my hand, I don't think they actually want that cup to be in my hand at all. So, just a little reminder, don't let your revenge be another man. Because they will, and then especially if you want to stay with them, like, and you want the relationship to work out. No. If you genuinely want the relationship to work out and you genuinely think they can change, you leave. And if it's meant for you, it will come back to you. If you want it to come back to you, and I mean, when it does come back to you, if you want that relationship, it's your choice now. Do I want this relationship or not? Because you left and you had some foundation on your own. So now you're safe on your own. You're fine on your own. You realize that you can, and I promise it seems so hard, but you can do it. Like, you can leave. You can leave. And when you do leave, it will hurt at first, but pray in whatever you believe in, and you will be fine. I promise you will be fine. Because you're better off being by yourself and finding your own happiness than being with somebody else and depending on your happiness to come from what they're doing to you and they're not treating you correctly. So that's a tip. And also